Hello YouTube, this is Bostroniab speaking, and today in this video what you're going to be watching is an 85 gun streak using the AN-94 playing some domination on the map Meltdown, and I'm not going to talk about too much about the gameplay because obviously everyone's incredibly bored of Black Ops 2, it's become ridiculously stale, and an 85 gun streak isn't the most impressive compared to what people have achieved and what people are still achieving. So what I'm going to do is just jump straight into my commentary topic, which is Call of Duty Ghosts and kind of traffic patterns that I've noticed in Call of Duty Ghosts and how they're sort of more individual to any other COD that I've actually ever played in the past. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually Australian, and I recently, just last weekend, went to my own equivalent, sort of Eurogamer. Australia have their own thing, it's EB Games Expo is what they call it, and I got to go as a YouTuber actually, which was really cool, and I got to sort of cut the queue and play a little bit extra, play an extra couple of games here and there, and just straight away from the first game, from the absolute get-go, it felt chaotic to me. So to try and put this in perspective and some context, if you can look at some of the maps from previous Call of Duties, let's just take, I don't know, Nuketown and Hijacked, they sort of have this line kind of blueprint, you could say, to the traffic patterns and to like map movements and the locations of where they put flags. You know, they put A up one end, they put C up the other end, and then they put B in the middle, obviously, with one main route down the center and then like two on either side. And so this fits perfectly. Both Hijacked have the little flanks around the houses, and both Hijack and Nuketown have the flanks around the houses, and then there's C up one end, B in the middle, and A up the other end, and then like sort of have these overlooks. Both of them have overlooks over to the middle of the map, and Meltdown's very similar to that also, as is Plaza, elevated sections that overlook the middle of the map, as well as two sort of flanks on either side of the main route. And so that's kind of like a common theme in previous Call of Duty games and previous Call of Duty maps. And then the other one that we used to have was kind of the triangular system. So this was like, you know, Wasteland from MW2. A, B, and C, those three flags make a triangular they make a triangular shape. If you were to like draw them in, like, what would you call that thing? You know when you look at the stars and you like make shapes? If you do that with the flags, you make a triangle out of the flags on that map. And what other ones were like that? You know, Mirage from the DLC in Black Ops 2. And what this sort of did was created a circular motion of the traffic patterns. And so these are sort of traffic patterns that we've become very accustomed to, and you're sort of just used to seeing them. Even though the maps are tried to base around themes and like places and try and do their best to just replicate what actual places would look like, there are still these themes, and you can still tell that these blueprints for traffic patterns and player movements are still sort of there. And straight away from the get-go, from my first game of Call of Duty Ghosts, it was insane. It was so intricate and it was so sporadic. It really shocked me at first. I was like, wow, I really don't know where to look. I don't know where to expect them to come from. And the flags, sorry, I was stumbling on my words. The flags didn't even make up a shape. There was like one over in the left hand, and then there were two sort of kind of in these weird other spots. The maps kind of had weird bumps here and there on the edges of them where they became bigger at some points, and the amount of elevation that has been added to a lot of the maps is actually really quite interesting as well. You're going to have to be constantly looking in diagonals, and you know, like slightly up and more so to the left, and then like slightly down and more so to the left, and slightly, do you know what I mean? It's like there's going to be so many more different opportunities to intersect with other players and have gunfights at all these weird angles and stuff that you're not used to. And I don't know, I think this is really cool. It reminded me of kind of like Battlefield-esque kind of maps with the COD feeling. Like the COD buzz is still there, the COD rush, it still feels like you're playing COD, fast-paced, you're a fast character, fast reloads, very responsive, all that sort of thing. And I think that what they've tried to do with the maps is actually going to be really cool and really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the maps sort of play out. And you know, there's always that kind of delicate balance about keeping it Call of Duty, but at the same time adding enough new stuff to make it interesting. And I think that this is one primal thing that has actually caught my interest personally. Make sure that you share your thoughts on it down in the comment section below. Like, I'm really looking forward to these weird new trapping patterns and this being something new that I have to sort of learn, and the better players will learn it, and it will be something that they will be able to use as like an advantage over other players. And yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. Those are just my quick thoughts on something that I noticed that stood out to me in Call of Duty Ghosts. Please feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you guys liked this video, remember to leave a like rating for the We the OP clan channel. If you enjoyed my gameplay or my commentary, please feel free to come over and check out my channel. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and goodbye.